Good afternoon, family. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is very hot out here today, and it rained a little bit. And I love rain. I sleep so well. I'm so peaceful when it rains. But I don't like it when some of the streets doesn't have manholes to drain the water and it gets flooded. But that's for another video. Today, I want to do a response on a comment that someone said about in Africa and especially in Nigeria, the men are the head of the household, unlike the Western nations. And I want to make a comment about that because a lot of men don't even understand what being head of the household is. According to Ephesians 5, it talks about being the head of the household is putting God first. That means letting him lead you, guide you, you follow his instructions, and you're being obedient. Because when you put God first, the wife will submit to you willingly. There won't be no struggle, there won't be any strain. She will do everything that you want. But these men, and I'm not talking about all men, most men are not even providers. They can't even take care of themselves. And the women, especially that I've seen, and I'm not talking about all women and all men in Nigeria or Africa or even in the Western nation, are just working and providing for the family, the household. It's like that a lot in the United States. A lot of the men are not working. It's not because they don't want to work. It's because of the government. It's because of a lot of circumstances that men are not working. And women, they're actually doing work because they're doing hair, they're doing nails, they're doing makeup. They have their own business. They're starting their own business. They're doing a lot of things, and it's not to say it's a bad thing. It's the thing is that if you're leading in the right direction, your wife is supposed to be your helpmate. So if you're providing and you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, your wife is supposed to be an attribute to you. You know, let's go back to when Adam was created. Adam was created by God. He used to walk in the cool of the day. He spent time with God, correct? And I'm going to say the Most High and use his name, Yahashua, because he is the Almighty and he's the creator of all the earth. And when he walked in the cool of the day, he gave him instructions on how to live and what to do. And he told him everything that he needed. And he had all the provisions that he needed in that garden. But when he sinned against God, that's when he was removed out of the garden, him and his wife. And then he had to work and he had to provide for his wife. You know, the word says that if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. A lot of these men are eating because the wives are working and providing, but they're not the head of the household because the men have got it twisted. Just because I'm the man, I should be the head of the household. No, it's because you're serving the Most High. You're putting him first. You're being obedient to him. You're following his instructions. That's how you're the head of the household. Any man that's doing that, you will have a wife submit to you willingly. It says that in Ephesians, wives will submit to their husbands, but are you loving them first? Are you doing what it takes to be a husband and the head of the household? A lot of these men are not. So that's why they're frustrated, because the women are not doing what they want them to do. You know, in the Arab culture, and I've been to several Arab countries, the women don't have no say. They don't even have education. They can't even do education. They can't drive. They don't have no say. The man is in charge of everything, and he's doing everything. He's having outside relationships, outside children. He's doing everything, not according to the God he is serving. He's not even doing what he's supposed to be doing. But the woman is submitting, because if she doesn't, she is being physically abused, mentally abused. See, when a man lines up with God and he's spiritually connected to him and he's submitted to him 100%, it says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and finds favor of the Lord. And that woman will be his attribute. She will help him, take him to another level, because she makes a house a home. She makes a man to have a family. She's the one that does everything that needs to be done, because she's seeing her husband being a true leader. So when a man aligns back up with the Most High and be obedient to him, he can proudly say he's the head of the home and he's the leader, because he's first putting God first, and he's not thinking about himself and him being only the priority. Think about it, man. Are you in that right place to be able to lead a wife? If you're not married and you're asking for a wife, are you leading a wife? Are you providing? Can you provide for yourself? Are you mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually connected to God? Can you give your wife understanding, knowledge, and revelations? Can you teach her how to be submissive to you? And she will willingly listen to you. But you got to be right with God first. And when you're out of order with God, you will have an out of order woman that won't do anything you want them to do. But when you're doing what God tells you to do, you won't have no arguments, you won't have no frustration, you won't have no disdain. You will have a home where it's peaceful and you love to come home to. Hope you have a wonderful day and take heed to the instructions